Most folks think when a man goes fishing alone, he's after trout. But sometimes he ain't fishing for fish at all. Her name's Sarah. Not the lake, not the town, the boat. I named her after my wife. 43 years married. 43 winters of leaky roofs and unpaid bills. 43 summers of fried catfish and screen doors slamming in the heat. I always kept a seat for her, right there. She never baited her own hook, said worms gave her the shivers. They used to laugh at me, said I talked more to fish than I did to people. Guess she was right. We scattered our ashes here, right over this spot. I remember the wind picked up just enough, like the lake didn't want to let her go either. They say when someone passes, they're gone. But I swear, when the water's still like this, I can hear her. I don't even bring bait anymore. Haven't for 3 years. I just come out here and talk. Morning, Sarah. Water's calm today. You always liked it calm. You remember that storm back in '82? Boat near tipped. You grabbed my arm so tight I thought you'd leave bruises. You said, if we go down, we go down together. But you went down alone. I held your hand in that hospital room, machines beeping, doctors talking like I wasn't even there. You squeezed once, real soft, then nothing. 43 years, and it ends in one quiet beep. I didn't know where else to put you. Didn't want to leave you in some cold patch of dirt. You hated being cold. So I brought you back here, where we were happiest. You still mad at me for selling the truck? I know. I should have fixed the radiator instead. The house is too quiet now, Sarah. I still make 2 cups in the morning. Habit's a stubborn thing. The kids say I should move closer to town, maybe get an apartment, be around people. But they don't understand. This is where you are. And long as I can row, long as these hands still work, I'll come out here. I ain't fishing, Sarah. I'm just checking in. You listening? 'Cause I still got something I never told you.
I was scared. Not of losing you. I was scared of needing you that much. I grew up in a house where men didn't say much. My daddy's love came in the form of calloused hands and long hours. Not hugs, not words. So when you'd say, "Tell me what you're feeling," I'd just nod. You deserved more than nods. You deserved poetry. You'd sit right there, tucking your hair behind your ear, waiting for me to say something sweet. I'd clear my throat, talk about the weather. I thought providing was enough. A roof over your head, food on the table, boat in the water. But love ain't just lumber and paychecks, is it? After you passed, the house echoed different. Your side of the bed stayed made. Your slippers still under the dresser. I tried moving them once. Couldn't do it. That last week in the hospital, you kept asking me one thing. Are you going to be okay? I lied. I said, "Course I will, darling. I'm tougher than I look." But the truth? I didn't know how to breathe without you. You were the brave one, even with tubes in your arms, even when the doctors stopped looking me in the eye. You squeezed my hand like you were comforting me. Long silence. Just water. I should have said it then. I should have said, I don't know how to live without you. I wrote this the week after the funeral. Never read it out loud. Sarah, I didn't say it enough when you were here, but you were the best thing that ever happened to a stubborn old fool like me. You made bad coffee taste good. You made cheap motels feel like honeymoons. You made silence feel safe. Then I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't hold you longer that night in '97 when you cried over your mama. I'm sorry I didn't say I love you every time I felt it, which was every day. I thought we had more time. We always think that, don't we? You know what the worst part is? It ain't the quiet. It's the habit. I still turn to tell you about the weather, still look for your face when something funny happens, and every time, there's just air. But I keep coming here, because this lake, it holds you. And maybe, if I sit long enough, if I talk long enough, maybe you'll forgive me. I loved you, Sarah. I just didn't know how to say it right. Can you hear me now?
Mid-morning light now. The fog is gone. The lake wide and open. Camera low at water level, drifting toward the boat. Soft wind building slightly. You ever sit somewhere so long that the silence starts talking back? I didn't believe in signs. Didn't believe in ghosts neither. But that first year after you left, something strange happened out here. I was sitting right where I am now, talking like a fool. I told you I burned the biscuits that morning, told you the neighbor's dog kept digging up the yard, told you I finally fixed that cabinet hinge you hated. And then I said it. I said, I don't want to do this without you anymore. And that's when the wind came. Out of nowhere. It wasn't a storm. The sky was clear, but the water moved like something underneath shifted. I felt it in my chest. Not fear, more like a nudge. You always did hate when I talked foolish. You'd say, "Don't you dare quit on me." And I swear, for just a second, I heard that voice, clear as the church bell on Sunday. I ain't saying it was you, but I ain't saying it wasn't. The lake don't give answers the way people do. It don't speak in sentences, but it holds things. It holds ashes. It holds memories. It holds promises. And maybe it holds forgiveness. You remember the first time we came here? We didn't even own this boat yet. You said this lake felt alive. I laughed at you, said water's just water. Back to present, he shakes his head slowly. I was wrong about a lot of things. The lake is alive. 'Cause it's the only place I still feel close to you. A single fish jumps in the distance, small splash. See that? You'd say that was a sign. You always found hope in small things. He leans back, exhaling deeply. I almost sold this boat last spring. Thought maybe letting it go would help. Had a man come out and offered me cash. When he ran his hand over your name, I felt something twist inside me. Told him to leave. The wind softens, water calms. This boat ain't wood and nails. It's 43 years. It's every argument we survived. It's every apology we whispered. And maybe, I ain't coming out here just to talk to you. Maybe I'm coming out here to remember who I was when you were beside me. Imaginary flashback. You made me better, Sarah, and I ain't done yet. I think that's what the wind was saying. He finally reaches for the fishing rod at his feet, hesitates. Maybe it's time I bring bait again. Not to move on, but to keep going. Camera pulls back slowly. He sits still, rod in hand, but not cast yet. You still with me?
I picked up that rod, finally. Haven't baited a hook in years. Funny thing is, when you ain't catching fish, the water listens more. Every cast feels like talking to you again. I used to think it was about taking something out of the lake. Now it's about giving something back. I talk, tell you stories about the kids, about how your favorite roses finally bloomed last spring, and I swear I feel you laughing somewhere between the ripples. Every cast, I let go a little of anger, of regret, of the weight that's been pressing down since that day. And sometimes I swear the lake talks back, not in words, in ripples, in wind, in that soft nudge when you least expect it. Maybe it ain't about catching anything at all. Maybe it's about knowing you're still listening. You know, I was terrified for a long time. Terrified that if I came out here, I'd break all over again. But the water doesn't judge. So I sit, I talk, I cast, and I let the lake carry pieces of me to you. And maybe one day, when the bobber finally dips for real, I'll know it's your way of telling me it's all right to keep going. Long as I have this boat and this lake, you're never really gone.
After a while, I started writing letters. Not to anyone. Not to the kids, not to some paper I'd shove in a drawer. I wrote 'em to the lake, to you, to the water that held you the day I let go. Some days I wrote about the little things, how the robins finally came back to the yard, how the neighbor's dog finally learned not to dig in your rose bed. Some days I wrote about myself, how lonely I get when the sun goes down, how much I miss hearing your laugh in the kitchen. Funny thing, the lake never answers, but it listens. And some nights I swear it carries my words to you. One letter I wrote about the first time I saw you cry, how I didn't know what to do, how I held you tight even though I didn't know the right words. And then I wrote, I'll never make that mistake again. Some letters I never let go of, some I let float. Each one a little piece of my heart sent to you. Some people might call it crazy, talking to water, letting letters drift. But it ain't crazy, not when it's the only place you still feel close. Every letter, every word, I tell the lake and you that I'm trying. And maybe someday the lake will give me a sign, and I'll know it's you, laughing at me, telling me I'm all right. The sun's lower now, the kind of light that makes you remember everything you ever lost and everything you ever loved. I don't row far anymore. A little way, and I stop, sit, and talk. You always said life's not about the miles you row. It's about the moments you stop and take in. And I stopped too late. I talked to the lake, and maybe it talks back. Not in words, but in the quiet, in the wind, in the way the sun touches the ripples just right. Sometimes I swear I feel your hand brush mine. Sometimes I swear I hear your laugh, the one that made my heart hurt just a little, the one that made everything all right. I'll keep coming out here, every morning, every afternoon, for as long as these hands can row, for as long as this heart can remember. And maybe, one day, I'll row just far enough to see you again. For now, I'll talk to the water, I'll talk to you, and I'll keep rowing.